G'day YouTube, warbles on a lot here. Some of you may have noticed, the ones who have been following me for a while, my daughter does not permit me to video her and put that video on my YouTube channel because I might show her in not quite the right light. Because, you know, I'm a bloke and I just show what I see through my camera. I don't frame stuff up to present it quite correctly. I don't know. Anyway, them's the rules. I stick by them. So recently she decided to start using a YouTube channel that she made years ago, and it's called Wandering Wharton. 2 words, Wharton. So there are now permissible views of my daughter available on YouTube, and this morning I noticed there's one called The Chimney Bone, showing what a good bloke I can be when I'm working on the tent. And I've been a bit slack lately, and the firewood I've been passing on has been a little bit on the green side. And it's kind of difficult to get some people to understand the absolute necessity of staying on the correct side of the thermal curve with an ascending runaway convection, or convection runaway. What that means is if you've got any wood that's wet, you should use other wood to actually start the fire. Use only a little bit, get that wood burning hotly, and then add small bits until you gradually amass a sizable hot base to your fire. Then you can start putting on a bit of not quite dry wood, and the heat of the fire will drive the moisture out, and then the fuel will burn. If you get a bit impatient and you put too much wet wood on too soon on too cold a fire, what you do is drive out all the moisture and some of the fuel, and it turns into creosote and it clogs the inside of the flue, especially if it's a really small flue, 50 mil, 2 inches. So it's got a lot of surface area of metal to suck the heat out of the exhaust gas and not much volume of exhaust gas to keep the metal hot, which is why I put an insulating blanket on this. However, last night I come for a visit and I noticed, I had been noticing for a while, very thick smoke coming out of the tent for quite a long while, and I figured, yeah, a week or so ago, that thing started to really badly clog up, and I haven't had to play with it for a while because we had a poker. A poker being something which will go in through these holes from ground level and poke the accumulation of creosote out, because that's where it builds up first. Clogs them holes, then the flow rate drops. Once the flow rate drops, then it's lingering in this for long enough that it takes so long to get the fire hot enough that it just gets into a creosote accretion runaway, and it builds up. So yeah, last night while trying to clear it with the poker that wasn't quite long enough, I managed to knock the Chinaman's hat off because it had corroded in the time since I put it up there. Oh look, and I've actually poked a hole right through that little cap there. Wasn't aware of that. That explains a hell of a lot. So yeah, we've changed the dynamics of the chimney. I'll take that cap out and just replace it with a new Chinaman's hat, and that will fix a lot of shit, I reckon. Yeah, I'm also going to clean out this thing. Okay, I now move my head, and I think you should be getting a bit of a view down inside the pipe. And that's the bottom end. Okay, put that thing up, and that's what it looks like looking up to the top end. Can't see shit. Right, so if I come over here, where the daughter already throws ashes, we'll see how much comes out of it. Well, that's just knocked out with a stick. Now I'm going to go and try a brush. Okay, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, well, all that stuff in that trough there is what's come out with a brush. So now we have something of a clean-ish lumen. Yeah, I can actually see the bloody joins in it all the way up. God knows whether you can see that, because I'm looking at the back of a reflected screen with the sun over my shoulder, trying to balance the angle of the visibility by braille. And now we get to And yeah, I think that's probably showing you the machine and how badly creosoted it is at the bottom end. We get to clean that out too. Basically, by scraping it clean. Although I think a brush might work better. So basically below this it should be hot enough not to be gumming up, you'd think. Shit, brush gone. Brush retrieved from the bottom. We might actually use a little short circular pokey rod that can't fall in. Bit hard to bloody film and scrape in the one go. But yeah, that's where the creosote all starts, just right there. And a brush is actually the best. But you've got to keep a firm grip on it. Otherwise it runs away. So anyway, I will now get on with this. Next on the agenda will be to repair and refit the Chinaman's hat. And put it back to go on top of that, where as you can see, it's been chewed out and probably broken through by people on the ground sticking their steel pokers up through those holes to try and clean them out. And I think an awful lot of the problem has been caused by that blockage there, which was initially put there, spot welded into place by the people who made it in order to stop rain from going down because they couldn't be bothered building a Chinaman's hat. One of these days, production engineers are going to get what they fucking deserve. Okay, well, there's been some modifications. Quite a lot has gone on. Basically, the blockage at the top is gone. We've now got a perforated top with a Chinaman's hat, and I don't know whether that's going to be good or bad, but it's better than what was there last night when it was all blocked up and not working. Right, not quite what used to be there, but what is there now is probably a fair bit more functional. If not, perhaps maybe quite as pretty as the way Karma Canvas wanted it to be, in order for it to appeal to the ideal, cashed up, trendy little yuppies. With no idea of what works. So they will literally buy anything and blame themselves when their fire smokes up the inside of their tent and won't work after 3 days. Production engineering. Scourge of the earth. Warbles on a lot to YouTube. Ciao. There you go. That's the YouTube channel, Wandering Wharton. I just did go and have a bit of a look to see if I could show you the video called The Chimney Bone, which impressed me this morning, but no, she's taken it down.
I don't believe in
being a lady
magic,
of strong
fairies,
opinions.
astrology, crystals, God, karma, souls, an afterlife, a pre-life. I don't believe in anything.
So anyway, she has just arrived home, so I will call this video to an end and see if she likes the chimney. Warbles on a lot to YouTube. Ciao.